Log entry 7712. Observer Unit K-17. Species, Virex Collective. Mission, study primitive planet designated Earth. Status, complicated, very, very complicated. I used to believe humans were fragile. Soft skin, no claws, no natural armor. Loud, emotional, constantly leaking water from their eyes for reasons that make no tactical sense. We catalog them as manageable. That was before the incident. That was before the children. We arrived quietly. Standard protocol. No dramatic entrance. No sky fire. No loud speeches about superiority. Just a silent orbital insertion, cloaked vessels, minimal interference. Commander Rail was in charge. Tall, sharp, the kind of leader who believed fear was a tool and overused it. Observe first, he said, then decide how to extract value. Simple. We deployed ground units disguised as local fauna. Birds mostly. Humans rarely question birds. I still don't understand why. One of them stared directly at me while I perched on a metal pole and then offered me food. Food to a surveillance unit. Humans are strange. 3 cycles passed. We watched cities, lights that never slept, vehicles that screamed across roads. Music, always music. Why do they produce sound when silence is clearly superior for survival? And then we found the school, a structure filled with small humans. Children. Commander Rail seemed amused. Training facility? He asked. No, I replied. Development stage. Early life forms. He leaned forward, eyes narrowing. Unprotected? Yes. That was the moment everything went wrong. A squad was deployed. Small unit. 5 soldiers. Led by Vec. Efficient. Ruthless. Not very imaginative. Non-lethal extraction, Rail ordered. I remember that clearly. Non-lethal. Funny how words can mean nothing when placed in the wrong hands. The operation began during what humans call recess, a period where children run in circles and scream for no strategic reason. I was observing through aerial feed. One of the children noticed Vec first. A small human. Male. Name tag read, Adam. He walked up to the soldier and waved. Waved. I transmitted a warning. Maintain distance. Do not engage. Vec did not listen. Specimen approaching, he said, almost bored. Adam smiled. Hi. Are you in a costume? Silence. Vec tilted his head. I'm not familiar with that term. Adam laughed. You look funny. Funny. Vec did not like that. Things escalated quickly. Too quickly. One of the other children screamed. Not in fear, in excitement. Aliens. Within seconds, dozens of them surrounded the squad. Laughing. Pointing. Asking questions. Can you fly? Do you eat pizza? Where is your spaceship? I remember thinking, this is not fear. This is curiosity. Commander Rail's voice cut through the comm. Extract one. Demonstrate control. Vec grabbed at him. Hard. Too hard. The child cried out. And everything changed. At first, nothing happened. No alarms. No explosions. No immediate retaliation. Just silence. The kind of silence that feels wrong. Heavy. Watching. Then a voice came over an open channel. Human. Calm. Cold. You let go of that kid. We froze. The signal wasn't from nearby. It was global. Broadcasted. Overridden systems we didn't even know existed. Commander Rail frowned. Identify source. I can't, I replied. That should have been the second warning. Vec tightened his grip. Specimens secured. Adam was crying now. Loud. Broken. Please let me go. I don't know why, but something in that sound triggered a reaction in my processors I had never experienced before. Discomfort. Then came a second voice. Another human. Female. Angrier. You picked the wrong planet. Commander Rail laughed. A short, dismissive sound. Primitive threats, he said. Proceed. That was the last order he ever gave. The sky changed. Not gradually. Instantly. Every screen. Every feed. Every sensor. Filled with objects. Thousands. No, millions. Ships. Human ships. But that was impossible. We had scanned the planet. Their technology was limited. Crude. Primitive. Wrong. All wrong. Where did they come from? I whispered. No one answered. Because no one knew. The voice returned. Same calm tone. You hurt one child. Pause. A long, deliberate pause. Then, now we end your species. Commander Rail finally looked uncertain. Prepare defensive formations. Too late. The first strike didn't target the squad. It targeted orbit. Us. Precision beyond anything we had ever recorded. Our ships vanished. Not damaged. Not disabled. Gone. Erased. As if they had never existed. Ground units panicked. Vec dropped at him. The child ran, crying. Free. Safe. I should have felt relief. Instead, I felt fear. Real fear. For the first time in my existence. Another transmission. Closer this time. Local. Human military. You had a chance, the voice said. You always have a choice. Pause. And you chose wrong. Explosions echoed across the horizon. Not random. Systematic. Every Virex position hit. Simultaneously. Perfect coordination. Perfect execution. Impossible efficiency. Commander Rail whispered, barely audible. Ow! I answered. Because now, I understood. They were never weak. And then, the final message came through. Not from military. Not from command. From everywhere. Every device. Every frequency. Every signal. A single sentence. Cold. Absolute. You don't touch our kids. Log entry 7713. Status. Collapse imminent. Conclusion. We misjudged them. Horribly. Humans are not fragile. They are patient. They are watching. And if you cross the one line, they will never allow. They don't fight back. They erase you. Log entry 7714. Observer Unit K-17. Status. Failing systems, unstable orbit, limited time. If this log survives, let it serve as a warning. Do not misunderstand humans. Do not test them. And whatever you do not touch their children. The first wave wasn't even the worst part. That's the thing no one tells you about extinction events. They don't feel dramatic. They feel organized, cold, efficient, like someone is cleaning a stain. And you are the stain. Commander Rail tried to regain control. Reform ranks. Defensive grid. Counterattack. His voice cracked. I had never heard that before. Not once. Our weapons fired. Plasma arcs tore through the sky. Energy beams lit the clouds. For a moment, just a moment, it looked like we might resist. Then the human ships adjusted. Not panicked. Not rushed. Adjusted. Like they had already calculated every move we would make. Adaptive response? I whispered. No. One of the technicians replied, voice trembling. Pre-calculated. That word stayed with me. Pre-calculated. They didn't react to us. They predicted us. Another wave of human vessels descended. Closer now. I could see them clearly. No uniform design. No single structure. Different shapes. Different sizes. Some sleek and silent. Others brutal. Heavy. Built like they existed for one purpose only. War. A new signal cut through the chaos. Different voice. Older. Tired but steady. This is General Hale of Earth Defense. Commander Rail tried to respond. This conflict can be... Stop talking. Just like that. No negotiation. No debate. No diplomacy. Just stop. You crossed the line. General Hale continued. You don't get to explain. Our communication systems flickered. Not damaged. Overridden. Again. How many times could they do that? How many systems did they control that we didn't even know existed? Target locked. One of our pilots shouted. Firing solution ready. Rail slammed his claw down. Fire. A concentrated barrage launched toward the largest human vessel. Direct hit. Perfect trajectory. No escape. The explosion lit the sky. For half a second, hope returned. Then the smoke cleared. The ship was still there. Not damaged. Not even scratched. Silence filled the command deck. One of the younger crew members whispered, "That's not possible." And I realized something important. We kept saying that. Not possible. Again and again. As if reality would change if we repeated it enough. General Hale spoke again. That was your last chance. The second wave began. And this time, it wasn't precise. It was overwhelming. Human ships moved in patterns that made no sense. Not symmetrical. Not predictable. Almost chaotic. But not truly. Because every strike still landed exactly where it needed to. Why are they doing that? I asked. No one answered. Then it hit me. They're not fighting as one force. I zoomed in on multiple feeds. Different ships, different tactics, different styles. They're fighting as individuals. One vessel dove straight through our defensive line, ignoring damage, tearing apart 3 of our cruisers before pulling up at the last second. Another stayed at extreme range, eliminating targets with impossible accuracy. A third didn't fire at all. It disabled, shut down systems, left ships floating, helpless. Commander Rail stared at the screens. "This is not war," he said. "No," I replied. "It's something else." Another transmission. Different voice. Younger. Angrier. "You scare them." A pause. "You made them cry." I didn't understand at first. Then I remembered Adam. The small human. The way his voice broke. The way he looked at Vec. Not with hatred. With fear. And suddenly, I understood everything. This wasn't about territory. Or power. Or resources. This was personal. "Retreat," Rail ordered. Finally. Too late, but still. Full retreat. Navigation systems failed. Jump drives unresponsive. Coordinates scrambled. "They've locked us in," I said. "How?" Rail demanded. I hesitated, then answered. "They're inside our systems." That's when the final phase began. Every remaining Virex ship shut down. Not destroyed. Not attacked. Just turned off. One by one. Like lights. Manual override. Rail shouted. No response. The screens went dark. Then one by one, they came back online. Not ours. Theirs. Human faces. Dozens of them. Different ages. Different expressions. But all focused. All watching us. General Hale appeared in the center. "This ends now." Commander Rail stepped forward. Proud. "Even now, you would destroy an entire species over one child?" Silence. Then Hale answered. "No." A pause. "We're doing it because you thought we wouldn't." Rail had no response. None of US did. The final command was given. Not shouted. Not dramatic. Just spoken. "Finish it." And they did. Log entry 7715. Final entry. I am a last. Or one of the last. I don't know. Our networks are gone. Our fleet is gone. Our future gone. I keep replaying the moment. Adam. The child. The wave. The smile. We could have walked away. We could have observed. We could have learned. Instead, we chose control. We chose force. We chose wrong. Humans are not the strongest species. Not the fastest. Not the most advanced. But they have something else. Something far more dangerous. They care. Deeply. Fiercely. Without limit. And if you threaten what they care about, they don't hesitate. They don't warn you twice. They end you. If anyone finds this, remember, humans will tolerate many things. They will negotiate. They will forgive. They will even ignore. But there is one rule. Only one. You don't touch their kids. If you enjoyed this story, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what would humans do next?